What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. I've talked about it ad nauseum how excited I am that it's a Los Angeles versus New York Stanley Cup final. But I think one question that's been lost in all this is going to sound misogynist, but where are women more attractive, in LA or New York? And I think that's a viable thing, a viable question. I mean, I think the typical answer is to say, oh, and if you just were to waking up in the middle of the night asking the question, I'd say Los Angeles. But you got to think about it for a second. Better looking actresses are in LA. Better looking models are in New York. I mean, Kate Upton lives in New York. She's NYC over the City of the Angels. Fan of the show, Katie Nolan. She's attractive. New York City. You know that's what it's. But obviously Katie is a Boston area native, and Kate Upton's Florida via Michigan via Florida. Grew up in Florida. She's an FLA girl, let's call it is. But and I think you think well the good-looking people choose to live amongst other good-looking people. I think that's why King Henrik chose to sign a long-term extension with the Rangers. Not that they offered him a shitload of money anyway, but that's something to think about. The LA New York feud will always. They fight over Sinatra. On the bottom line, Sinatra's from Jersey, and died in L.A. in 1998. But I mean, Sinatra really was not a New Yorker. New York, amazing song. Love me some Sinatra. But at the same time, he had as much to do with New York City as I did. He was Jersey. Then he was in Atlantic City, which is New Jersey. He's Hoboken native, which obviously is in the shadows of the Manhattan skyscrapers. And then you look at, he was in Vegas, Palm Springs, California. So, he's never really a New York City guy. So, people in New York gotta get over themselves with that. But, back to the principal point, it's a draw. I'm copping out on it. I mean, first of all, there are attractive women everywhere. Except San Antonio, according to Charles Barkley, but just Eva Longoria is from San Antonio. But I think the East Coast West Coast feud. The West Coast has been dominant in the series. Let's call that what it is. It's going to be closed out tomorrow night. Back to hockey. I just figured I'd talk bullshit for 2 minutes, but it's closing out tomorrow night. Finals, Stanley Cup final for 2014, and it sucks. I wish I could play hockey all summer. Which I've recorded a bunch of games, and given the fact that I had no life, I'll probably be watching junior highlights all summer. Getting ready for the 2015 draft. But I think the Kings are going to end the NHL season tomorrow, close it out at Staples Center in the City of the Angels, and win their second Stanley Cup in 3 years. But I'm open to debate. New York versus LA, more attractive women. First of all, more culture. It's Los Angeles. I'm not a New York City guy. Like I'm there a couple times a year, but I like the culture in Southern California more, the more melodic kind of vibe, as opposed to New York's just hustle and bustle, as I do weird things with my hands. But yeah, that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Evaluating, analyzing the East Coast West Coast feud. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.